Our channel is pleased to bring you the shocking and exclusive revelations from the captivating TV series Beyond the Gates, where every secret can destroy the most seemingly strong relationships, where every word can cause the whole family to collapse. And this week, a real shock has stunned viewers. Nicole, the woman who seemed to know everything about her background and family, had to face the unexpected truth when Anita, the mother who raised her with all her love, revealed that she was not Vernon's biological daughter. This truth not only shocked Nicole, but also turned upside down all the foundations she had believed in. Since childhood, she has always been proud of the blood she carries in her veins, the blood of Vernon. A man respected in the community, who guided her to adulthood, supported her through the darkest stages of her life. No one could have imagined that in the midst of a strong father-daughter bond, there existed a secret that had been hidden for so long. For Nicole, everything she had thought was true turned out to be just a thin shell woven from silence and lies. The shock was not that Vernon was not her biological father, but that the truth had been hidden so well that she had never suspected it for all those years. Nicole felt as if she had been pushed into a weightless reality, where everything around her was slipping out of control. The gentle image of Vernon during her childhood years, the times he protected her from storms, the words of encouragement, the hugs of comfort, now suddenly became strange and distorted. She didn't know whether to feel pain for being betrayed, or grateful for having been loved by him. This truth hit her straight in the heart, not only because it was unexpected, but because it overturned the entire identity and persona that she had carried with her like a part of her flesh and blood. If she wasn't Vernon's child, then who was she? Who was the real father who had given her life but had disappeared from her life as if he had never existed? Nicole turned to look at Anita, the only woman in the family who had survived all this, and her anger flared up. Why had she chosen this moment to tell her? Why had she hidden the truth for so many years? What could make a mother let her child live in a delusion all her life, then suddenly one day stab her in the heart with a simple, cruel sentence? But then Nicole understood, not because Anita wanted to destroy her, but because the secret had become too heavy, too dangerous to keep. Especially in the context of the escalating threats and hidden conflicts in the family. Nicole couldn't stop there. She had to know the truth to the end, to expose everything that was hidden behind the curtain of family history. She began to follow old traces, letters, papers, small clues that she had previously considered unimportant. She realized that Vernon might not be her biological father, but he might have known the truth all along. The times he looked at her with pensive eyes, the times he avoided mentioning the early period when Anita was pregnant, all of these now became terrible pieces of the puzzle that made Nicole shiver. If Vernon knew the truth but still chose to remain silent, then was he deliberately letting her live in a lie? Or was he also a victim, deceived by Anita, caught up in a complicated family story that could not be escaped? What was more frightening was that the identity of the biological father was still hidden. The more Nicole pressed Anita to tell her, the more the woman avoided it. There was not only regret in her eyes but also deep fear, as if the truth, if revealed, would lead to an unforeseen chain of tragedy. Nicole began to wonder if the man was someone in the community, someone dangerous, powerful, or involved in traumatic events in the past. Would knowing her true identity lead her into a spiral of even more terrible intrigue? With unwavering determination, Nicole continued to dig. Despite Anita's warnings, she discovered an old letter carefully tucked away in her mother's box of mementos, mentioning a man who had been intimate with Anita before she married Vernon. This man was not only a secret love interest, but could also be the man behind a huge scandal that had been buried for many years, a scandal that had torn apart several families in the community, and whose name had never been made public. If he was Nicole's biological father, it meant that the blood that ran through her was linked to a chain of sin and darkness that had never been illuminated. The closer Nicole gets to the truth, the more lost she becomes. Those who once supported her now begin to distance themselves. They whisper behind her back, look at her with pity. She is no longer Nicole, Vernon's daughter, she is now a symbol of an exposed secret, a reminder of mistakes no one wants to talk about. Even those closest to her gradually distance themselves from her, afraid that standing next to her means being dragged into the coming storm. But Nicole doesn't care. She cannot live in a world where the truth is hidden to protect the false honor of a corrupt family. She is willing to give up everything to find her true origin, even if it means losing everything. In her journey to find her identity, Nicole not only faces the truth about her biological father, but also has to face a larger conspiracy that surrounds her family. The clues she gathers begin to link her true identity to a force that has manipulated her community in the past, a force that, if she dares to come forward, could threaten her very life. But Nicole has gone too far to turn back. She knows that only by confronting and exposing the truth to the end can she regain control of her life, free from the shadow of the lies that have held her captive for so many years. It's only just beginning. The secrets are yet to be revealed. The people in the shadows are still watching. Nicole is no longer just a victim, she is becoming a shocker, forcing people to confront things they'd rather keep hidden. And when the truth is finally revealed, no one, not even herself, will be left unscathed. Don't miss the next extremely thrilling developments of Beyond the Gates, airing exclusively on our channel. Follow and subscribe now to update the most shocking secrets never revealed.